So one of the big changes in TRESA is introducing the self-represented party. And this is a pretty meaty item. Basically, the legislation says that the customer relationship is gone. Any form that you have that has the word customer in it, as of December 1st, just move them into the trash bin. No more customer service of any sort. Remember, with customer service, there are a basket of duties that you owe that customer. And consider now that there are still two groups of people you will engage with: clients and self-represented parties. We all know what clients are, so let's talk about SRPs. What are my duties to them? These are people who say, hey, I want to represent myself in this transaction. They may be sellers, for sale by owners, or buyers. And TRESA has made it very clear that there are services that you cannot provide to an SRP. Now, that's a pretty broad statement, so let me follow it up with a simple example. So imagine you have a listing and someone calls wanting to see it. Here's what needs to go through your head. Does showing the house help your client? Well, the answer is clear. Yes, it does. So you should show it. And what if that person asks questions about the house, like, when was it built? What are the taxes? Just sort of general information about the house. Does answering them honestly help get them on paper? And ultimately, does it help the client? Of course. So you should totally answer those questions. Now, what if they say, I like the house, what will the seller take? Well, in this situation, the SRP is asking for your opinion, and in this regard, you should not answer. Instead, I would say, listen, I can't advise you. We've conducted a lengthy CMA on the property and determined that this was the correct price to list at. And that's it. And if they press you, you say, I'm sorry, the new Real Estate Act actually says that I'm not allowed to provide any information that uses my skill, opinion, and expertise to anyone other than a client. Now, they have to consider their options. They could become a client, perhaps where you only provide limited set of services. We'll get into that later. Or they can wing it on their own. And if they decide to wing it, well, you've already prepared for this. You're going to send them the RICO, information and disclosure to self-represented party form. It's a 2-pager that they need to sign. A couple of follow-up notes here. Let's say they want to make an offer. Can you prepare it? Well, the short answer is no, because it does use your skills. And while it is helping your client, it does pass that test. It does require you to use your skills to write an offer, and you can't do that with an SRP. So they could, in theory, have their lawyers write the offer, and you could present it. We are just scratching the surface of the SRP here, and you'll have a bunch of questions, I'm sure. And I'll create another video with some different examples.